Alright, let me just quickly check and see if I'm okay. It's first time running a live session after some time, so let me just check this and see. And we'll get started soon. Okay. It's first time running a live session after some time, so let me just check this and see. And we'll get started soon. Okay. It's first time running a live session after some time, so let me just check. Okay, I think we're ready to go, and let me get started with today's session. So hi again, sorry for the little hiccup in the beginning. I think we're ready to go, and let me. Okay, cool. So let me share my screen and let's get started. So today we're going to talk about SEO for local businesses, and this would be interesting if you are someone who is running a local business, or hopefully it's a business with many local places, and of course in, let's say, Malaysia or anywhere in the world, right? So I'm going to go and show you my screen and let's get started. All right, so welcome again, and I'm supposed to start this at 8 p.m., but I guess I start off early. So this is a small quick lesson for small businesses who are online. You have a website and you have a few locations where your business run in Malaysia. So for example, let's say you're in Malaysia, right? And you have, maybe your business operates in Penang, KL, Johor, Sabah, Sarawak, and more. And this is basically an SEO tip, right? To basically rank your site in all those different locations. And a lot of small businesses are missing out on this little strategy. I'm not sure how to do this, and it's really easy. And these two little quick lessons will help you rank your website in different locations in no time. Yeah. All right. So before we go into the nitty gritty, right? So let's explain what is SEO. So SEO is basically search engine optimization, and I'm sure a lot of you would know that already. So search engine optimization is something people like to say, oh, it's a way to get free traffic, right? Just rank your site on Google. So when someone search for a particular keyword, for example, let's just say you're in business of selling bicycles and someone search for bicycle to buy in KL, for example. And if they see your site on the top pages of Google, you'll get a chance to get an organic customer coming into your website and buying from you. So that's basically SEO. And SEO is the process of optimizing your site internally and also externally to rank when someone search for a relevant buying keyword. So that's SEO. And a lot of people say that, oh, it's a free thing, right? So it's a free way to get traffic. And the truth is, nothing is really free, because SEO takes a lot of time. You will need time to actually work on your SEO. You will need effort. And of course, if you don't do it yourself, you would have to get someone to do it for you. And nothing is really free. Think about how you have to pay for your electrical bills as you work on your SEO. Think about how you would have to pay for internet bills, and of course, not to say your computer, your keyboard, and everything else as you work on SEO. So SEO is not actually above that. SEO is really expensive. Now, why do I say it's expensive? It's because when you start doing serious SEO, you will start inevitably using tools. What sort of tools? Keyword research tools, backlink checkers, and more. And these tools are expensive. For example, if we use something like Ahrefs, Ahrefs or RFs, depending on how you like to pronounce it, is a pretty popular SEO tool. And one of the basic standard plans would set you back around $179 in USD per month. Now that is expensive for a lot of Malaysian businesses, right? And if you're a small business trying to do some SEO for your website, paying 179 per month for SEO alone for a tool probably don't make sense for you. Now, if you are an agency, if you are someone who runs a big corporate, then maybe this is something that you want to go for. But if you're a small business, then this is probably a no-no for you because it's too expensive, right? And imagine how much it brings you, how much you will have to pay in a year, right? Now, if you, when it comes to SEO, you also have to create a lot of content. So a lot of SEO marketers and gurus would tell you to create a lot of content, because Google ranks websites based on content. And when I say content, content can be in many different forms. It can be in articles, it can be in posts, it can be in videos, it can be photos. Whatever that is relevant that someone is searching for is known as a content. So let's say if I want to I want to cook at home, right? I'm looking to cook at home and I want to search for a recipe. Now, that content that I'm looking for is not an article, maybe. It could be a video recipe, right? So anything that someone is searching for can be categorized as a content. All right, so content can be anything. Now, when it comes to creating content, content can be very expensive as well. Average content, if you go to somewhere like Upwork, which is a platform for you to hire freelancers and people to work on, creative people to work on your projects, a content piece normally will cost around 40 up to 200 and even more, depending on the quality that you get and what you're paying for, of course, anywhere from 40 to $200, and that can be pretty expensive as well. Okay, and of course, because SEO takes time to do, you might say, oh Ruben, I don't need Ahrefs, I can do it manually. I don't need Upwork because I'm going to write and create content myself. Sure. Now that also will take a lot of time and effort on your end. So the question is then, how much is your time worth at the end of the day? All right. So the bottom line is this: SEO is expensive. It is expensive, right? So SEO is not really free. To do SEO, you need time and effort, and that means money on your end. You will have to spend resources. So with that cleared off the way, I want to share with you two little strategies that will help you with local SEO. Now, when I talk about local SEO, it's a bit different from SEO in a way that Google uses different types of algorithms to understand which sites to rank when someone is searching for a local search. Now, I'll give you a quick example of a local SEO search. If I'm searching for where to eat nearby, right? Now it's a local search because I'm looking for some results that is around the area I'm searching for. I'm not looking for results from the US or Singapore or more, right? Now, another example of local searches. For example, if I'm searching for wedding gowns in KL, now when I do that, right, I'm searching for a particular service or product in KL. That's a local search. So how does Google determine which sites to rank and show when someone like me searches for that kind of keyword or query, right? So this is what I'm going to show you and share you today. And this would be two strategies for you to rank your site in case if you are a business who is trying to rank your website for local searches. So the first one, really simple, is to build a local website, local websites pages. I missed a word there. Local web pages. Okay, let me just change this. Yeah, I think this is a mistake. Build local web pages. Okay, landing pages for each state. Okay, so build a local web pages, aka landing pages for each state. Now, what does this mean in essence? So, for example, let's just say you are someone. Let's just say you are a constructor. You help people construct homes, right? And your service extends in KL, in Ipoh, in Penang, and also Johor, right? But when someone searches for constructors in Penang, you do not show up. You only show up for results in KL. So what do? Now, one of the best strategies I can share with you is to build extra landing pages for different states. So, coming back to the example, if you are a constructor who is interested in doing business in Penang, KL, and Johor, what you want to do is to create a landing page for Penang, create a landing page for KL, and create a landing page for Johor with relevant results, content, and information for people who are in different states. Okay, so I can't show you the example that we have done for our client, but I can show you a quick case study of another company that I'm using an example of. So this is a US-based company called Olin Roofing. So I think they are in the business of providing roofings and building roofs for clients, right? So they build things like gutters, they build things like roofing, they build things like, all these things for roofs, right? And their service extends to different parts of different counties and different cities in the US. So in the US, there's a lot of cities around, right? So what they have done with their SEO is they have created separate landing pages for each of the cities. So you can see all the cities here, Okay, and I'm going to show you this in real life, so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not showing you slides. I'm going to show you real actual examples. So I just want to take a look at all the cities that they serve in, and you can see that they have a lot of cities here, right? And they have built a landing page for each of these cities to rank for local searches. So I'm going to show you an example on my screen. All right, let me go to my desktop. Oops, there we go. Okay, I'm going to go into, okay, where did I see that? Olin Roofing, yeah? So if you go into, and do you see this here? So cities that we serve, Arlington, Bedford, Belmont, Cambridge, and more. So if I click on Arlington and let's say Cambridge and Lexington, you can see that the difference between these pages, right, not much. You see that? Or at Arlington, top roofing repair and replacement contractor. Right? At Olin Roofing, we specialize in affordable green roofing gutter service in Arlington, MA. So gutter services in Arlington, MA, I'm thinking that that's a keyword, right? So this is in Arlington. Now let's look at the next state, Cambridge, MA. Do you see how similar this landing page are, right? At Olin Roofing, we specialize in gutter services in Cambridge, MA. All right. Now, next one. In Lexington, do you see how it's exactly the same, but they are catering this towards searches that originate from different local areas in the US, right? So if you are a business who service and have products or have presence in different states in, let's say, Malaysia, right? You want to actually create different pages for different states, and this is one of the quickest way to capitalize on local searches that originates in nearby states. All right, so hope this helps. I'm going to go back to my slides here and show you the others. All right, so that is it. This is the first one, which is to create landing pages for different states. Now, second strategy I want to share with you is to gather and collect more NAP or NAP citations. So NAP citation might sound something like, oh, it sounds complex, but it's simple. NAP stands for name, address, and phone. That's it, right? So what this means is you want to get your business name, address, and phone number listed as many places as possible. So think of the most basic one, if you have guessed it correctly, are places like Google My Business. So when someone search for, let's just say, bicycle in KL, they might see a Google search there with a map that recommends a bicycle shop nearby. So that is created because of the NAP citations, name, address, and phone number citations. Now, of course, the core places that you can put these things are in Google My Business, which is really simple. Go to Google My Business and sign up for free and put in the name, address, and phone number of your business locally, right? But you can extend further from this Google My Business. And some other sites you can put in are places like Facebook, right? Things like Yellow Pages if they still exist. And think about other directories as well. There are a lot of directories. If you're a hotel, right, you probably want to put in your address, name, and phone number into places like hotels.com, into places like all these different places, right? Local news sites, and just Google for different types of directories that allows you to put in your name, address, and phone number. And this would actually help you with local search ranking. To give an example, there are two types of citations before I go into examples. So the two types of citations, the first one is a structured citation. This is the most common one, right? And to give you an example, you can see that in this example, it's structured because it has the address, the phone number, and of course the website, all inside a nice structured layout on this directory, right? And this is for a kindergarten, for example. Okay, so this is structured. But then we also have unstructured citations. Here we go. So again, another kindergarten, but you can see that this is not structured correctly, right? They are not put in a nice structured way. They have put in the information in part of the paragraph of the web page itself. So you can see that we have all these little information here. But this also works, and this also helps with SEO. Okay, so to give you a quick example, now when I go to Google And when I search for something like, let's just say, kindergarten in Sarawak, or kindergarten in Selangor, okay, something more popular. Now, when you search for kindergarten in Selangor, and let's just say you want to rank for something like that, kindergarten in Selangor. Now, what you notice is, I want you notice the amount of directories and third-party websites that are listing structured and also, and of course, unstructured citations. So we can see that we have schoolmalaysia.com, propertyguru.com.my, and we can see these sites are basically sites that list out all these things. You can see all these listings here. These are all NAP citations. And if you're a business or you're a kindergarten who wants to rank for when someone search for kindergarten in Selangor, ideally you would have to come into this site and list out your name, address, and phone number into one of these lists here. Okay, so this is one citation list. Property Gurus, you can see that they put it. So Property Guru has placed it in a way that is unstructured, but still it brings back the weight, right? And this is why when someone search for kindergarten in Selangor, they'll find two of these listings up here. Right? Then we have what else do we have here? Preschool Malaysia, Kiddie123, schooladvisor.my. So these are all directories and of course sites where you can actually enter your information to collect a citation back. So that is NAP citation, right? Right, going back to my screen. Alright, so we have gone through two strategies and this is really simple, right? So I'm going to stop here and this will recap, right? There are two strategies. One is to build local landing pages. So if you're a local business, go and build landing pages for each of the state, each of the city that you are servicing customer in, so that when someone search for the type of your business, the service or products that you provide, they will find that landing page and it will relate back to them, right? This works. And number two, increase the NAP citations of your business. So if you only have Google My Business or you don't have Google My Business, go and get it and then find different types of websites, directories which has a lot of traffic that probably, hopefully, and then include a citation from that site, right? It could be a directory, it could be a listicle site, it could be a news site, all these things. The more you have around, this will actually add up to your local SEO. So I hope this helps. And before I go, do check out Growth Marketing 360. This is a course where we teach you marketing. And if you like to improve your marketing and become better with marketing together with me, do take a look. Just go into thelead.io/growth and I'll see you on the other side. Now, if you have questions about what I've shared today, just put them down in the comment section. We'll be doing this concurrently every single week. And hopefully you'll find value from this. So let us know what you think about this and see you next time. Thanks.